Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Hey, I can hear you. How are you?
Okay, good. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, perfect.
Good, good. So it worked.
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. So how are you today?
I'm pretty good, man. Thank you.
I'm good, thanks. I was just getting out my notes here. We seem to be having some technical difficulties this morning with this system, but it's okay. How long did you want to go today? Because I know we didn't really discuss that. We were late for timing.
Mm-hmm. What about half an hour? Is that
Yeah, that's more than sufficient, actually. I had some questions for you. I know you're doing a lot of things right. So we'll just start off by, why don't you introduce yourself and like what you do, what are your day-to-day roles and responsibilities like?
Oh, okay. Yeah, hi. My name is Ricardo. I'm the owner and president of Duenas Kitchen Specialist. We basically focus on complete renovations from concept design to complete equip. We pretty much do the design aspect, right? We design, we analyze the space, we do workflow assessments. And after that, basically, we proposed the design, right? We talk to the customer, we hear about their style that they want to achieve. But basically, our role is to optimize the space, make kitchens more functional, right? More efficient, to analyze, for instance, storage capacity. We analyze how well designed is the surface working station, right? And then we can propose a layout that includes elevations, floor plan, and then pretty much we decide what kind of appliances we can provide to our customers. Then we get into the details of the kitchens, right? The style, colors of the cabinets, as well as the countertops, right? So we pretty much take care of the selection of the products, the space planning, and then the execution of the work, the labor aspect, right? We manage our trades, and we pretty much achieve budget and time. That's pretty much what Duenas Kitchen is capable to do. We try to be, as efficient as we can for our customers.
Oh, that's amazing. It seems like you guys do everything under the sun when it comes to kitchen. Seems like you take them from the beginning to the end, which is great.
Correct.
So what we do here is we basically are a marketing company for kitchen and bath companies. We work with them closely, and what I've noticed about you, we first came into contact after I read one of your LinkedIn posts, and it was extremely well written, and it was very good on the content marketing aspect. So one thing that I do want to tell you that is that you guys have great online presence. From our perspective, what we look at. And I just wanted to, because you didn't actually mention that in your day-to-day operations, but I feel like you guys do a great job and you should know that.
Thank you. I really appreciate your feedback.
Yeah, so and I'm also going to give you some feedback as we go along. I want to help you as much as possible as well. So what are you currently doing with online marketing? Because I've noticed that your social media platforms are fantastic. Like, you guys are posting 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a day, and a lot of companies in this industry are not using it. So what do you do for that, and have you found it to be effective for your business?
Well, I think as you can understand, Matthew, businesses are based on the awareness and the community that you build around, that the community will protect you, will help you, will talk about you, what you do, how good you are, how bad you can. But by the end, it's a community that we like to build growth based on information that is valuable to them. We try to give them as much value information so they can make the right decisions, right? Something that I always kind of tell my customer is that, for example, if I wanted to buy a car, right, and I'm going to talk to a person that is selling me a car, obviously, if that person doesn't drive a car, right, I won't take him serious, right? So something that for us is very important is to understand and make them understand that we are not the typical designers. We actually cook. I enjoy cooking. My business partner, she likes to cook too. We have family. We understand the use of the kitchen, why the kitchen is important. Not just because it's a furniture that looks amazing, but actually because that's where families, pretty much is the cradle of life, right? Like everybody goes to the kitchen to be fed, right? And to have to create a healthy meal for them, right? So we are trying to create that movement. We are working on different things that will eventually, help our customers to understand who they are connecting with, right? We are not just people that want to sell cabinets. We really want to create the ambient that works for the families. And also we wanted to provide to them the way to eat healthy, right? To have a cool place, right? So that's basically our goal.
Wonderful. So with regards to that social media that I was talking about, are you guys managing this yourself, or do you have a team behind this?
No, we always rely on experts, right? In everything what we do. We are good by managing things, and we leave the experts to focus on what they need to focus with our input, obviously. We work together as a team with one goal, right? And right now I have a team of experts that they are working with me on the social media aspect, right?
Wonderful. And have you seen success from social media, or do you have leads coming in from there and people inquiring about your business and then purchasing your products and services through social media?
So far, I haven't been successful that way. Right now, we've been doing this for 3 months. We can see that the goals are there. One of the goals were to increase the awareness about what we do and who we are, and that is coming along, right? The other thing that we are doing is to increase the amount of people that they are coming to join us, right? To follow us, to like us, and that's kind of what we are growing, right? I don't expect to have immediate customers and inquiries from a little universe, right? I think our universe needs to be a little bit bigger, so more people, we can be exposed to more people, and people can buy from us, right?
Definitely. Do you have any numbers based on where you started from before the social media started and after, with regards to engagement, following, anything like that? Any numbers?
Which neighborhood are we talking about? Like, I mean, which place are we talking about? LinkedIn? We are talking
Well, what would you consider your most successful, or what do you enjoy the best? What do you think works?
Well, this is not about what I enjoy, really. This is more about who is the target market that I need to reach,
Correct.
where I want to hang out, and what kind of community I want to hang out with, and how I'm going to be building that community with me. So it's not about what I like, it's more about what I want it to be. And I think LinkedIn and Facebook, those are the two neighborhoods that I would like to hang out the most. One is for business to business connections, the way that I'm connecting with you. And the other one is the retail market, people that wants to understand who we are and what we do, right? So I think those two communities for me are very important.
Fantastic. And I definitely just want to say we've also, with our clients, we've also had a lot of success with Pinterest. So I don't know if you've looked into that at all, but if it's something that is in the future, I'd strongly recommend Pinterest for the industry. It's really good.
Thank you. So obviously we will take a look into that neighborhood and see how many people are hanging out there and what's exactly what they need, and see if we can build a community around that one too. So
Exactly. What I noticed about your business that's specifically interesting is that you guys have a blog and you guys show that you cook a lot, and Pinterest is very good for that visual aspect. So not only is it good for kitchen companies that we work with that show their kitchen products, but you also have the ability to go above and beyond what all the other companies are doing and
Mhm.
show the food aspect, and show it in function, because you guys do style and function, which is really important, because right now a lot of the companies are only doing style, and they just want these big beautiful pieces of furniture, but you guys are really focusing on that style. So you guys, I think, would have a lot of success with Pinterest in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
No problem. That's what I'm here for, right? So with regards to standing out amongst the crowd, what would you think, why are you guys standing out? Is it basically that style and function aspect?
Yeah, I believe function follows form, right? That's one of the principles of designing, but because this market is not very regulated, right? So everybody can open up a business and become a kitchen dealer or designer or supplier, right? So what we encounter during we are unique, Matthew, because we are a one-stop shop. We are selling convenience to people that really wants to have a functional kitchen. People that thinks that kitchens need to be beautiful, but more importantly, they need to work for their needs. One of the things that people don't understand is sometimes I've been, called, asked to come to a place, and sometimes, believe it or not, there is a formal dining room that haven't been utilized as max, right? So what basically is just empty space that is being used maybe 3 times, 4 times a year max. And that is a waste of square footage that we pay in our mortgage. When you put that into the equation and you say this, you have a dead square foot. You know that by renting a room, you pay $500, right? So basically, that there is $500 waste minimum, right? So why you will have a empty space? So if you're just gonna use it 4 times a year, why don't we increase the amount of the square footage on your kitchen? Sometimes that works nicely, that works beautifully, right? And it works. That's the most important thing. Works beautifully. It's not just looks beautifully. Works beautifully, right? So that, man, I changed environments, and what I got from there was wow, right? Is the dynamic of the flow of the house, right? And that's why we are kind of unique, and that's why we try to have our hands on the whole entire process from concept to supply and install kitchen cabinets, countertops, appliances. We are dealers of Fisher and Paykel appliances, one of the most prestige and very powerful appliances. They are very efficient. They have a double dishwasher in one. It's a drawer dishwasher, so efficient on water, so efficient on the cleaning that no other company have, right? So we want to promote all that. We wanted to show that, right? Obviously, as you mentioned before, all this need to be, as a company, we want to be recompensated in a way that when we put all this information for them, we would like to see some kind of positive feedback with their trust of giving us the opportunity to renovate their place, right? So that's our main goal, right? We are giving all this information valuable for them so they can make their decision to come along with us. And we are getting into a transition that eventually you will get to know, because we will disclose it in all our social media. We are going to complement what we are doing in a beautiful way, right? So
Definitely. You just touched on giving value to your customers there. So I wanted to ask, how exactly are you going about giving this value? Is it through the, the initial consultation when you're there, or are you educating your customers through an email list, through calling them? How are you educating your customers and clients?
You know what? We are having right now, the only way that we can educate them is through a small message that you've seen on our social media. I think we are lacking about being more in contact with them, more close to them, more, touching bases with them on a monthly or weekly or bi-weekly basis. I think that's something that we are lacking of.
And how do you plan to not do that? Do you have any steps for that, or?
Well, obviously, the way that we can increase to be connected with them is indirectly, right? By pooling, right? To subscribe to our mail list, right? Email list, so we can kind of keep them updated, right? We haven't done that aggressively. Something that I think we should be doing more. Something that I need to implement.
Definitely. And just to give you some advice on that. So email marketing is definitely huge. We've seen incredible success. So one thing I can say is if you don't currently have one, MailChimp is an email service provider. Mm-hmm. And for the first 2,000 users, they're actually free. Mm-hmm. They're extremely good company. And, for all the email marketing needs, they can definitely help you out. Mm-hmm. But more on that, it's about touching bases with the customer every so often, like you said. So not only, like, you don't want to constantly make sales. So one headline that I could give you is top 10 tips on how to save for your next kitchen renovation.
Right.
We've just used that, and it's incredible. It had a 84% opt-in rate, or open rate. Sorry.
I am a stronger believer on content.
Yeah, no, and I can definitely see that through your social media and your company. So that one is definitely huge. Things where you give, top 10, where there's a value there, people are gonna open that. So just for your company moving forward, if you can always incorporate those into your headlines and into your email, when there's a tangible, they're much more likely to open it. Also, curiosity is king. Curiosity will get your email open. So in that subject line, if you're making it curious, you are good. I just want to try and get an example here of a curious subject line that we've used. But basically just something that promotes self-interest, something that you have to open it to find more. Like, do you like making mistakes? Right? Like, that's what's that about? Right. And then you can start talking about how...
Or the most frequent mistake, right?
Exactly. The biggest mistake that kitchen dealers usually do, and how we don't avoid this. Or you can twist it the other way and say, the customers are usually making this mistake, but listen, don't do this because you're wasting your money. And actually educating your customers and getting them to open the emails, you're going to get more trust. And you usually do business with people you know, like, and trust. Because the reason I want to mention this, because people always come to us and say, we're giving people great value, and they just don't listen to us. And I said, let me take a look at your email. So out of, I think their email list was 1,400 people. And you know what their open rates were like?
Yeah.
6%. So only 6% of people are opening the emails, which is not very good. No. Typically we see around 40 to 60%. And that's, you could get it higher depending on how often you're sending them and what subject lines you're crafting them as. Right. But it was, and I said, how do you expect to get value if only 6% of people are opening it? And they didn't even know what to say. So then I dove deeper, and they said,
sorry to interrupt you, 6% of what universe? What's the amount?
1,400 was the amount, I believe.
1,400, 6% is just no match, right? Because
Yeah,
then
it's under 100. It's about 85 people.
85 people, and then let's say if your closing ratio of any business out of 80, if you generate 80 leads, right, for a small business, right, is more than enough, because if you close out of that 80 people, that is represent 6%, 80%, your closing ratio is 25% out of that, but at low, meaning that you're getting around 20 people, right?
Yeah, it definitely means you're getting around 21, 22 people.
Mm-hmm.
But they've seen that they had significantly lower closing rates and they were not having any success. So they also said, well, it's not just the email, Matthew, like it's also our blog. You know, we post all our content on the blog too.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a look at their blog, and it's, first of all, it's not mobile friendly, which you guys have a mobile friendly website.
Responsive.
Yeah, definitely responsive, but which is extremely important. So I just want to say great job on that. And yeah, just definitely want to recommend you going with email marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You're gonna find that you're gonna know your customers better, they're gonna know you better. And
Mm-hmm.
even though you might get some more questions, you might get some more phone calls just about general questions that may not be leads, you still they'll come back to you when they have that job for you.
Correct.
They will. And I've had experience with that.
Mm-hmm.
So what the conferences you go to, do you go to any conferences every year, or where do you hang out throughout the year for your business?
We are members of National Kitchen and Bath Associations.
Okay.
We are members of Build, Custom Home Builders Association. We hang out a lot with, there's a couple organizations that they do events. Aside of these two, there is Designers Walk Resource Center. Then you have Sofa Resource Center, right? Then I hang out with Fisher and Paykel showroom, right? That they create all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I just took a look at your LinkedIn profile. I noticed that you went to Ryerson.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What did you go to Ryerson for? I went to Ryerson too. That's why.
Yeah, it was a cool time. That was a couple years ago, like at least 10 years ago. I went for business, international business.
No way. I went for the same thing. Global management was what they called it.
That's good, man.
Yeah, it's very good. Is there any, I know we're coming up on about 20 minutes here, so is there any questions you had, anything you'd like to add?
No, I would like to know what's your goal with this? What would you like to do with this? I can see you're into marketing, right? And I like that. I can see that you're young, just starting this thing, and I think I welcome every entrepreneur, right? Nobody, knows everything. So along the way, you're gonna be developing a lot more experience. You're young, and I can see that you have the future ahead. And I just would like to know what your goal with this and how we can benefit both, right?
Thank you. I appreciate it. So my goal with this is to basically spread the knowledge of online marketing specifically, as well as reputation marketing and some other specific aspects that I want to dive deeper into the companies who appreciate, understand, and act on it. I only work with one company per region I work in. And that's basically because if I work with two, I'm contradicting myself. Right? I can't work with two possibly. So I always want to work with the best company that I can. And I also want to just provide free information to everyone. I want to be a resource where people can ask questions. They can come read my blog and make themselves better. Because I understand that not everyone's going to pay for services. People want to do it themselves. I see that you're very well educated in your online marketing. Not many people, when I say mobile responsiveness, people don't know what that means. That's why I'm trained to say mobile friendly, because people know, right? But
Right.
when the fact that you corrected that, I know you're an expert in that. So it's just spreading that awareness and making sure everyone knows, because I want the greatest good for everyone. And we are going online and we are going mobile. So people need to understand, they need to act, and they need to, engage with people. They need to understand. So I guess my end goal is to create something bigger, to work with kitchen companies and bath companies across the world, really, and try and travel and meet people and help them. And I did international business. I love traveling and learning different languages. So eventually creating possibly a conference for kitchen companies, or for all my clients, one in each region across the world, where they can talk to each other and share strategies, because your clientele cannot be the same clientele as someone that's 4 towns away. I mean, they may overlap a little bit, but that's not your main specific clientele, right? So if you're talking to someone from Pittsburgh and you're both my clients,
Right.
it's mutually beneficial. So that's
Right.
what I want to do, and connect people in that sense.
Yeah, no, listen, for me it would be amazing, because I want business to go globally. I'm working on something that eventually, if we keep connecting, you will know exactly what I'm about to do. And it would be cool if people in other areas learn from what I do, or want to join me, or want to be part, or want to buy a portion of what I will be doing, because I think this would be very cool for the whole industry, right? As you mentioned, there are different approaches, and some people will appreciate mine as a business, and other people no, right? So I wanted to engage with those people that they might want to appreciate what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, right?
Yep, and I definitely appreciate the way you're doing it. I believe it's the most ethical, it's the best ratings you'll get. And at the end of the day, when people are following you and they're trying to copy you, it's fine for you, because you're going to be looked at as the head. You're going to be looked at as the guy who's leading the pack. And people aren't going to be able to copy you 100%. You have your own taste. You are Ricardo, right? So you're the face of your brand. When people come to work with you, that's your own personal aspect. So at the end of the day, no one's going to be able to copy you. So if you put everything out there, you just become the leader, because no one's going to copy you and be better. They just can't be. Right. So I just really appreciate what you're doing there with your company, and it'll grow very fast if you keep on this track. I can tell just with your social media, it's going great.
Thank you.
For sure. So I'll post this to my blog, and then I'll post it up to LinkedIn if you'd like.
Yeah, for sure, man.
We can both get some mutually beneficial contacts, for sure.
Yeah, no, obviously. And if there's any service that you can provide to me to help me to grow my business in the way that your expertise has, I'm more than welcome to hear and listen proposals and discuss opportunity to improve my awareness, to develop my community, right, and grow my business, right? So I'm always open, Matthew, to give opportunity to listen to people proposals.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to actually send you something today. I did a little research on your business, and I've noticed that you guys have about 10 directories that you guys are not listed in. And it's actually, we offer it as a paid service, but for doing this interview, I'm going to give it to you for free. So it's a list of business directories that every kitchen company should be in. And I want you to get in them all, just so you can just better your search engine optimization, and it'll just provide you more backlinks,
right,
by getting in all these directories that really support the kitchen industry. So I'm going to be sending to you that today, and it'll just show you what's you're already in. I don't know if you know, but your Can Pages link, the phone number is different than all the other links.
The Can Pages, eh?
Yeah, especially as well as your Yellow Pages link. You have 2 different phone numbers, and that's actually affecting your ranking in Google. That's just one thing. But I'm going to leave the rest in a PDF, and I'm going to send it to you, and I'll be happy.
Something that I can share with you now that we are talking, so we can improve that. I'm having some difficulties with my website because GoDaddy is designing the website. They haven't been able to design the website the way that I wanted. First of all, in the responsive format. Then the second issue is they haven't been able to allocate the analytic coding, so every page and every part of the content can be picked up, and also the metadata, they haven't done it accordingly, right? Now, Yellow Pages and Camp Pages, they are creating their own campaign. That's why they use their own numbers so they can monitor and track what's happening with what they are doing, right? So that's why they have those numbers so they can monitor the calls and everything, right? But it's a good point because I need to talk with them about it. Because if that's not working, I need to just eliminate it or cancel it, right? I need to see if that is working or not. But right now, that's my situation. I need to improve what I mentioned to you, the website, the exposure. I need to create the right coding, as you mentioned, for the organic web search of optimization portion. So if you have any input on that and how we can do it, unfortunately, right now I'm in the middle with GoDaddy. They are just kind of finishing the design of the website, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I'm just sharing with you in case you notice that when you go to see it.
Yeah, definitely. And I can also forward you some links about all that stuff, and we can talk about that. It's GoDaddy, they're just a large company, and it's unfortunate, but they don't really value you. They just look at you as a number, right? Like they're so big that it's impossible for them to give you that care and attention that you need working with them.
No, unfortunately, I just got it, but a little bit late, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll definitely be able to help you out, and we'll talk again.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Sounds good, Matthew.
All right. Thank you very much, Ricardo.
No problem. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Take it easy. Thank you.
Take it easy. Bye.